Hey, Dancing Nomads. I've been thinking a lot, and one of the things I've been thinking about a lot is about dance communities. I specifically have written down this topic to talk about what a dance community or tribe should look like. And that's something that is fascinating because I've been in several different dance communities. I started with salsa and bachata. That's like, I feel, the gateway drug to dancing because it was with salsa that I got introduced to bachata, to kizomba, and to what I currently do in West Coast swing. And looking back, I mean, there were times when we would go to class every single Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for salsa class. And I remember that it's normal they typically have very big enrollment. My classes ranged around between 20 to 30 students. And what I found was the 20 to 30 students, they would go to class and take the lesson, which is for like an hour. And they learn their stuff. They take a video of what they learned and they go back home to practice it if they wanted to. And on some occasions, when the instructor feels like you're getting really, really proficient with the dance and you're really, really good or you're talented, then they might come up to you and invite you to the team. I've been invited several times, but I've never really taken the opportunity to join a salsa team because at that time, with everything that was going on, the flux for me, it wasn't the right time. But I found that for those who took the invitation to join the salsa team, they get invited to the instructor's house and they become closer and more close knitted, like a family. And that was something that was really special. It looked very special to me. I wasn't a part of it, but it really looked like the instructor who had these teams, he would treat them more favorably. So they are kind of like family, so at lessons, of course, they'd be joking around and giving each other punches and stuff like that. So they'll be treated more favorably, I'd say. And when I moved to West Coast Swing, I actually kind of moved into that slowly. I again started doing lessons, and I would go in for an hour. I'd take a video of of the lesson to practice when I get home, which I never did. And it wasn't really until I got really serious and really close with some friends who are competitors, and I started competing, that I started going to my private instructor, my private dance coach, for lessons. And that would be going to her house every now and then, like pretty much every week when I was able to, and I'd work with her on drills. And at some point, she sold me on the idea of doing a routine. So I did the dance routine, and I got so much better and improved so much more. My posture, my confidence, that's all stuff that were byproducts of me doing the routine. So we can talk about that in a later point. But the point of me that I'm trying to make is that since she got me going to her house, it was more of a family thing. It was kind of like a family visiting her house and just hanging out, chilling out. And what she'd do, which was really special, was she'd actually make lunch or make dinner while I was there practicing with her, and we'd have dinner together. So that's where the relationships and the bonds are built in the dinner table, I feel. And that's something special that I think that they did in the salsa team as well, because they share photos on Facebook of them having parties at at the coach's house or something. And that, I feel, is where that relationship is built. So, what I'm trying to get at, I think, is that if you're a dance coach and or an instructor and you're trying to build your little community or your tribe, then might be valuable to consider inviting your students over to your house if you have a dance floor at your house instead of going to a dance studio and renting a floor. That will save you on rental fees, which you could pass the savings to the students because they won't have to pay for the floor fee at the dance studio. And you could make dinner or make lunch together and share a meal, because it's in the sharing of meals. I feel in any culture, in any situation where people become closer, they talk, they share a meal, and that's when these familial bonds start building. And now, what is another thing that my dance coach did is she started doing these skills clinic, and these are pretty much limited classes. They happen every now and again, like once or twice a month, and it's only by invite only, where she would reach out to students that she feels really are liking the dance and would want to go further or want to dive deeper into a specific concept, where she hold these skills clinics with a specific theme. And she'd invite them over and they'd come over, and if some could, they'd stay for dinner. They could post a little potluck, and in that potluck, like I said, bonds are built on the dinner table. Through that potluck, people become closer, people become like family. So at some other point, when she would need help with like electrical wiring for her house, and we have a dancer that's good with electrical, you could just invite him over for dinner or ask him for help and come over and help him out. And that's just building that friendship and that relationship, building that community and that tribe. And I think that is most important, because there is always, for an instructor, if you have that community and you have that tribe, there is a way to help them in their dance, and also you are receiving help in terms of whatever they do for a profession. And you also have a method of having recurring revenue, since you could make skills clinics or something like that every now and again, and you can give them some deeper dives into the dance that you're teaching, and they could get the value from that, whereas you're also getting paid as well, because it's also a professional affair that way. So if that kind of sold you on the idea of building your dance community and tribe, then I think it's something that you should really do. I'm a, I'm a member of several dance communities and tribes. I feel, because I visited so often that we kind of have family everywhere. But if you're an instructor, like I said, might be worth thinking of building that community and that tribe. So that's all I wanted to leave you with, Dancing Nomads. I'll talk to you guys later.